Hey guys, Real Fan Rick here. I just wanted to make a little short video on the progress of my layout that I'm building right now. I just starting it really. Been working on it a few weeks, doing the bench work. As you can see, I still have a lot to go, but it's going to get there sooner or later. Got all my wood stacked on the L-Girders that I'm going to be using. And the room is 12 by 20, and I'm basically going around the walls. I'm probably going to build a peninsula here back on this 20-foot wall. I'm probably going to come out somewhere in the middle, and probably going to be about maybe, I don't know, 4 foot out from the L-Girders that you see there, which are extend out 2 foot, where the joists will be 2 foot from that wall. Basically, it's going to be 2 foot wide bench work around the room. I'll probably come out here and there a few inches, give or take. But basically, it's going to be around the room. There'll be a lot of different grades. I've got, like you can see outside, there's going to be 2 main lines that are going to run the room twice. They're going to go around the room, basically on a climb, and then back around the room on a descent, leveling off here and there. You can pretty much see what I've got here done. I'll try to get the camera angled. You can see I've got this back set of tracks here is pretty level here, but then when it gets right about that, just before that little window, you'll see where I do right about a 2% climb before that curve. And then it's going to come around and come out toward the front of the bench work a little bit, and then I'll have a bridge in that corner that's going to bring those tracks over this set of 2 tracks here, which are going to be going into a tunnel about 2 foot before they go under that curve. And then I'll come around the back wall here. The 2 tracks you see, the high side, the high tracks in the back, those are going to do a little bit more, about another 2% climb once they get past this curve in the corner, and then they'll level off along the back wall a little bit, and I might come up maybe 1% here and there and level off a little bit before she starts dropping back down to pretty much go to with these tracks in the front. So it ought to be pretty interesting running. I'm gonna have a train pretty much going each way. I'm gonna have a couple of 3 hidden staging tracks underneath there. But it's coming along pretty good. What I wanted to show y'all is I've got a door on my building here, as you can see. And, as one of the dilemmas of having a around the room layout with a door like this is you got to have some type of access to get into the layout room if you don't want to duck under or jump over it. What I did here is a lot of people like to build either lift ups or lift outs. I'm sorry, well, lift outs, and then or they'll have flip downs. What I did here is I built a swing out section right here that's about, you got about 2.5, 3 foot of room to come into the room once you open it up. But I'll show you how to did it. Pretty much, I got 2 heavy black iron hinges right here. And I just cut some joists. I cut this front panel, which you can see that I got it curved down to where it can accommodate the 2 hinges. And then it rests on a 2 by 12, which guides it in. And then I've got a series of cleats to where it locks it in place. You can see right here where I made one of the cuts on the front 2 main lines road bed. And the same here. I've did a cut. You'll notice I use a lot of screws, and the reason I did that because I didn't want to give the plywood absolutely no chance of having any kind of up or down slop to where these tracks did not line up. You'll see that so far everything sits real flush. Same thing with the back road bed. And then up here in the front of where it opens up at, what I did is I did angle cuts. You can see one there, and then same thing with the road bed on the back. I actually glued one track's cork down just basically to see what it would look like once I cut through it. And pretty much everything's just fastened to risers and and the joists to the L-girders, like your basic L-girder bench work. But I'll show you how this thing works. There, bear with me. I'm going to try to work this camera to where you can see. I'm going to be putting a handle on the front of this thing here, and I'll be putting some type of heavy gate latch that's going to close this thing tight right in this area right here. Let me show you where you can see where it butts up against the bench work. Right now what I'm doing, I'm just reaching in here, and it opens up pretty easy. I mean, this whole section is going to swing open like so, and voila, she opens up. And then I do it real easy because I don't want to knock anything out of whack. And I'm going to fine tune this right here. What's happening is one of these joists, I cut an angle on it, but I need to cut it a little bit shorter. And then I'm probably going to cut this one short too. That way it can swing a little bit more. I might wind up having to trim these because they look like they're going to wind up hitting each other. But I'd like to get it to open just about maybe another 6 inches. That way it'll be a nice gap for anybody to fit in here. But I'll show you what it looks like as of right now. That's what you're looking at here. That's what it fully open as far as I can get it at this point. But basically, I just walk out here, walk right through it, walk out the door, and excuse the room. I mean, I got junk everywhere right now, but one day it'll be cleaned up. But that's what it looks like right now. You know, what I did is I basically rounded. I've got a 1x2 here that I rounded this, but I left this one flat on the corner. And it's vice versa here. I'll put a 2x4 here, but I rounded it, but I left it flat. That way when this thing closes, this actually has a big cleat. It basically just falls in like so. And then you'll notice that right here I've got this little 2x2 rounded, and I got a slot to accommodate this. I rounded the edge of this here. That way everything can make a real smooth transition when it closes. See, everything just locks in. And so far, with it fully in a closed position, everything seems to line up really good. I'll show you the edge right here with the cork cut and everything. Same thing on the back side. Right here you can see where the gap is cut. And everything seems to be pretty flush, but I'm probably going to wind up tweaking this area right here, like maybe putting some cleats, because wood is going to expand and contract, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen here in time. So what I'm going to probably do is I'm going to put probably a couple cleats under here to force these two pieces to always stay flush with each other. Same thing on the front, two main lines. But so far I'm pretty happy with it. It's other than that, it's just basically L-Girder bench work. I mean, I built the actual swing open just like I did the rest of the bench work. But the main thing about doing one of these swing opens is the front side of it, you're going to have to cut it at an angle. You're not going to be able to cut it straight across like on the hinge section, or the hinge side rather. It's going to have to be angled, because you'll notice that when I open it, see, it rides. It's got to have some kind of room to be able to ride along, to be able to open up here. Whereas if it was cut flat, this back roadbed, the corner of it would be catching the flat side of this of the benchwork side, and it wouldn't allow it to open. So just a little angle cut pretty much takes care of that problem. But yeah, I just wanted to show you all how I'm coming along so far. We just getting started, but hopefully as time permits, I'll be able to put a little time here and there into getting this done. I'd like to get at least the tracks, the main lines around the room running, so I can get my trains going. And then I'll throw some sidings here and there and some industry tracks, and just come up with some ideas as I go along. But the overall run of the tracks now, I pretty much have a plan down how I'm going to do that. It's really important that I keep all the grades right in order for all this to come together. But that's what the swing open looks like in a closed position. You can see it's pretty flush, and it allows you to go ahead and make your swing open section an actual part of the overall layout. About the time I get done with this section with the rest of the layout, you know, doing the scenery and track work and all that, you really shouldn't be able to tell that it's a swing open until it's actually open. So hopefully that's the way it works, but it's got a little bit more tweaking and everything, but so far so good. So just give you all an idea, because I know a lot of people like myself, I don't like lift ups, I don't like lift outs, and I don't like swing downs. Just for the fact that if you taking any time on scenery, chances are with flipping it open and close, or pulling it out, or flipping it down for that matter, you know, you're taking a chance on your scenery getting screwed up that you did on your lift out section. So doing it this way, everything stays nice, flat and level like the rest of the layout, and you know, it just opens to the side like a gate, keeps everything in place. So hope that kind of helps y'all out. If y'all have any questions, just shoot me a message on YouTube. Thanks for looking. Bye.